According to the Human Rights Campaign, 4 in 10 LGBT youth say the community in which they live in is not accepting of LGBT people. 92% of LGBT youth say they hear negative messages about being LGBT. The top sources are school, the internet, and their peers. Based off of this chart, the dropout rate for LGBTQ students is 3 times the national average, and 8 in 10 students surveyed say they have been verbally harassed at school, and a whopping 18% of students report there are no policies that address school harassment based off of sexual orientation. LGBTQ and student affairs should complement each other because of their overall mission to empower all students, no matter their sexual orientation, race, class, gender, background, or culture. For example, in their summary of research about LGBTQ college students, Draw, Alkins, and Roy noted that while college campuses are generally seen as safe environments for students, the reality is far different. It is uninviting at best and treacherous and worse, terrain for lesbian, bisexual, and transgendered students. With college right around the corner for some students and opportunities ahead, other topics are starting to appear in college as different universities are starting to take pride in sexual orientation and expression of gender. That is why we decided to highlight the importance of Pride Centers, focusing on the Pride Center at Cal State Pomona. According to our interview with Jamie Grosser, the Pride Center provides education, advocacy, support, and a safe space for the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex, queer, questioning, and ally community at Cal Poly Pomona. The Pride Center serves the campus community through promoting empowerment and social justice on topics of sexual orientation and gender.
So when you're trying to do something new, particularly when it comes to social justice, you're always going to start with your green light people, right? The folks that are always on board, supportive, they're like, just tell me what to do, I'll be there, right? And then you want to work on your yellow light people that have a little bit of resistance, but maybe it's just going to take some education, right? Before you ever tackle the red light people. And in many ways, I'm not always addressing red light people because I don't always have the time. Sometimes I don't have the energy, right? So I think when you want to create a center, you want to look at who are those green light people, who are the people I can tap into that will support me, and then who are the yellow light people, and then figuring out who are the decision makers, right? On some campuses, student-led initiatives are very powerful, right? If students kind of rise up and say, we demand this, sometimes that's when change happens. Not always. Sometimes it has to be a little bit of a joint effort. I find typically it does have to come from students, but they often need some direction from staff to navigate some of the campus politics maybe and some of those things. Every campus is so different. I would say reaching out to staff that do work in the centers, right? And maybe if you can find a campus that is similar to the demographic, right? So if it is a religiously affiliated, finding other religiously affiliated universities that have LGBT centers, and there are a few. If you're a small liberal arts, finding a small, if you're a large state school, finding similar demographics so that they can help hopefully give you some advice that will parallel the campus that you're on. Persistence. But finding other ways to support students immediately. So even though there's not a center, what are some things that you can still implement? Again, at ASU, they didn't have a center for a couple years after I left, but Safe Zone took off. So they at least had something going so that you feel like students aren't sort of sitting around just waiting.
Cal Poly Pomona's Pride Center provides services and resources from academic advising, a safe space and lounge for students to socialize between classes, support and resources on the coming out process, a computer lab with internet access to different periodicals and magazines, and there's also scholarship opportunities every spring quarter for students who are associated with this center. Now, in higher education, this is truly important for educators to really take the time to think about what it is that LGBTQ students face, from obstacles and challenges and even the struggle of coming out. So, in our informational interview with Cal State Poly's Pride Center, we interviewed a student who felt okay coming out in front of the camera for us.
I'm Aranza. I am a fourth year computer engineering student. My pronouns are they and them.
Okay, so here we are at Cal Poly Pomona at the Pride Center with Aranza. She's a fourth year student studying computer engineering. So do you mind telling us a little bit about how you came to the Pride Center?
Sure. I'm also gonna. My pronouns are they and them.
Okay.
So as you introduced me as she, so
Yeah.
just fixing that. I came to the center my first year here at Cal Poly. There was an event called Boot Camp that we host every fall for students to come and like introduce themselves to the other students, upcoming students. So like there was upperclassmen who come to the Pride Center, and so you get to meet like new people, and a lot of the students would say, "Oh, come to the Pride Center, get involved with the clubs, stuff like that." So that's kind of like the push that I had for getting to the Pride Center. It's a little intimidating at first because you don't know anyone,
Yeah.
but after a while, it's kind of like your home base. You kind of socialize.
Okay. Do you want to talk a little bit about your role and what it means to be in that position?
So as a social justice leader, we're here to, we're kind of like the face of the Pride Center for any student to come in, and if they have any questions about like events or getting involved in here or anything that we host, they come to us and we let them know about certain things that we have available for them. We're also kind of like the voices of the Pride Center. So let's say the school has an event where they want to know what we need from school. We would talk to them about like what kind of resources we want to involve.
According to the LGBT Campus Resource Center Director, the new profession in student affairs, most LGBT CRCs serve their entire campus communities in matters related to sexual orientation and gender identity, although the primary focus is on providing services for LGBT students, faculty and staff, and their friends and families. In some cases, whether there is a close town-gown relationship, the local community may also be served by the institution's LGBT center. During the interview, Vanessa and Kat found that the Pride Center is only open to students and faculty on campus and not allowed to let people in from the community. But they do embrace community within the school by collaborating with different departments on how to have dialogue related to LGBTQ communities. After doing some research in search for jobs related to LGBTQ Pride Centers, I found two positions on higheredjobs.com. One was for the Dean of LGBT Life at the Princeton University, New Jersey, and another was for the Associate Director at Gettysburg College in Pennsylvania. After looking over job position descriptions, I found different themes and skills that were highlighted as far as candidates these resource centers were seeking. Overall, they helped to find candidates that were leaders and very knowledgeable in social justice issues related to LGBTQ students, and also wanted to make sure that these leaders could not only provide safe spaces but engage and empower students. Overall, they wanted deans and associate directors that were going to create a safe space and community for LGBTQ students, as well as provide resources and overall engage and empower students. In conclusion, as student affairs professionals, we should create safe spaces for all students no matter their sexual orientation, race, class, or gender, stop the hate, and take pride in empowering students. Have a great day, folks.